Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from you and all of our higher selves and all the guidance that I get to help us come into union with ourselves and our path to unconditional love, which of course leads us back to our divine loves. And this is all a message again about the power of love bringing us into our connections. Connections to, if you're drawn to this message, if you're drawn to join the crystal grid, if you're drawn to come to me for healing, then it's because we all signed up to come together to help each other back on this journey. And just as it says here, to let the force be with us, because it's the force. If you replace force, it's love, right? May the love be with you, because when you do that, then it creates this incredible force field around us, which is making all of these amazing connections. So I just wanted to say thank you again to everyone that is coming to me for healing. As I said, I've been doing a January special offer, only £20 for the month of January, because I know my twin is going through a hard time. And so because of that, I also know that would happen for lots of others, because we are mirrors for each other, not just our divine twin, but also everyone in this community in some aspect are mirroring, the journey for each other. So basically, what has been happening is what I have noticed in heat. So first of all, I just wanted to say I received a note from a lady on the grid, and I just wanted to share it with you, because this just shows how interwoven we all are and how messages come through. And it's our higher selves that are driving it. We're not even aware of it, right? So she just sent me this note because she's just received her crystal. She says, "Hey, gorgeous soul, just writing to let you know I received my crystal." Now look, she did a typo and it says toady. The other one's mysteriously disappeared in transit, I think. And oh my God, I must admit, I was so excited to open it. What I wasn't expecting was the massive wave of unconditional love just flow straight through me. It was incredibly beautiful and overwhelming at the same time, but I just broke down in tears. It's truly a blessing to feel so connected to such an amazing, amazing energy. Thank you so, so much. So first of all, you're very welcome. As I've been saying, the crystal grid is incredibly powerful, and the Holy Fire energies, which I infuse the crystal with, is getting more and more powerful, right? As the membership grows of all of you and the twin flame energies that are joining it, so does the power of the crystal, right? And that's the whole point. That's why I was guided to do it, because it harmonizes the energies between you and your twin, brings the energies into balance, and actually grounds as above into the physical. Now, the perfect thing about this is the fact that she made a typo on toady is perfect, because over the weekend I did a healing for a lady. In her healing, I saw her leaping onto lily pads like a frog, and her particular song was Paul McCartney, the frog song. One thing is certain, we mustn't give in, hand in hand, we all stand together, right? That was her song. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh my goodness, that is a message for, again, another link. That's her twin's higher self, just like dropping in a little note to say, yes, okay, I'm here. So again, these connections are just off the scale amazing. Other things that have been happening is I've been doing a healing for her twin is going off to, or thinking about going off to France. Another lady on the grid has been saying that in all her meditations there have been links to France, and she keeps seeing like the Eiffel Tower and different French links. That has also been happening. It's another common theme that I've been seeing as well, is things coming through from France. So again, these connections are just crazy intense, right? This girl says, I'm going to go off and make soup. I was like, oh, well, I'm making soup, and also I make a lot of soup. So, all of these things, it's just amazing, because actually we really are, all of these connections just make you know that you're not doing it alone, right? It really is the power of love and the force bringing us together. It's the force of light bringing us together to help each other on our journey. Now, somebody from their grid who I did a healing for, sent me this because she said, Google Princess Leia and her hairstyle, right? Because it has meaning. Now, if you've been watching these videos, you'll also know that I have mentioned Hopi before. Hopi is hope, but also Hopi is a Native American tribe who are based in Arizona. And the Hopis have had a series of prophecies, basically, about energies and the wave of energies that are coming across the world. Now, when I'm reading this, firstly, it's about how strong the female power is, but also look, evidence also suggests, and I've also said that I have had past life as Native American shaman, right, with me and my twin. So evidence also suggests that Leia's hair was inspired by the squash blossom hairstyle worn by the young women of the Native American Hopi tribe in Arizona, right? Note also that this has a stairway upwards, okay? Stairs and ladders have also been a key feature because your twin is elevating you and pushing you up and up and up to rise up in your vibration into the love vibration, right? At the turn of the century, the Hopi women were known for resisting colonial rule, and as part of their unique style and resilience, they would wear their hair like this as a sign of their maidenhood, right? So this is really interesting because the figure of 8 is obviously the eternal figure, the figure of eternity, the infinity sign as well. So there is no end and no beginning. You have an eternal flow of energy coming in and coming out. Now look at this. The hair is parted in the center, then wrapped around a U-shaped hair bow made of wood. Now the wood is so significant for me and everyone on the crystal grid, because at the heart of the crystal grid are the forest lovers. The forest lovers are wrapped around the tree, the oak tree, bound together for eternity, right? So when I'm reading this, I'm like, oh my God! The hair is wrapped in a figure of 8 pattern, then tied at the middle and spread out to create the 2 semicircles. So basically, Princess Leia, the bringer of light, had 2 8s wrapped around her head, the 2 infinity signs. So she also continues that this was a very key feature of women in the 1920s. Bohemian women of the 1920s adopted ethnic fashion as a means of demonstrating their difference from the mainstream and therefore as a feminist statement. So interestingly, a lady that I did healing for this weekend, it was featured around the 1920s as well. I wasn't quite sure, but I could see that the fashion was sort of like 1900s, 1920s. Now when I'm looking at this, look what comes up as well, Deadpool here. Right, so straight away I'm like, oh my God, more and more connections. I then go to look at, I was Googling images the other day for Carrie Fisher and her Prozac burial pot, right? Because she is actually, in her lifetime, she was defending against darkness of depression and moving into the light. Now what completely struck me straight away is I noticed this, Splash. Splash is a movie that's come up because they breathe for each other underwater, and that's been a key feature in healing. So I'm looking down, and as I start to look down, I'm drawn to all of these people. I'm thinking, why are these other people in this link to Carrie Fisher?